So you're looking for the Drunk Elephant Polypeptide cream, right? Yeah, I feel like I've looked everywhere and I still can't find it. It's not a problem. Just follow me, I'll show it to you. Okay, so the polypeptide cream is right here with the rest of the Drunk Elephant products. Oh my god, thank you. I walked through this aisle. My eyes must have completely glazed over it. It's no problem, I totally get it. Are you looking to buy any other Drunk Elephant products today? Well, I actually was... Get behind the Urban Decay rack. They won't go there. What? Who's they? Just do it! What the fuck? We're too late. Oh my. Oh, you know what just happened? I sat down to film this video today, and I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited to film this video. And I pressed the record button, or so I thought! And I just picked up my phone to turn it off, and it wasn't recording! So we're gonna do this for a second time, okay? Strap in, kids, because it's gonna be worse than it was the first time! Children have been taking over the popular beauty and skincare retailer Sephora, allegedly. I wouldn't know, because I have to drive 85 miles to get to a Sephora location that isn't housed in a Kohl's. So just so you know, there will not be any investigative, on-the-ground journalism in today's video. Sephora workers online have bravely spoken out about their experiences with the dreaded tween child. God, I'm getting shivers just thinking about it. 10-year-olds have been rampaging Sephora stores all over the nation, ruining products, harassing employees, and generally being a nuisance. Which is nothing new, but is this really the child's fault? Are Sephora 10-year-olds actually the nightmares that they have been made out to be? Or is their behavior their parents' fault? Or is it an influencer's fault? Society's fault? Join me again today for another video where I take something that doesn't seem like that big of a deal and find a way to twist it and turn it into a horrifying social phenomenon that will cause the inevitable collapse of society. Let's get into it! I suppose we should start by defining what a Sephora kid really is. Basically, a Sephora kid, also commonly known as a Sephora 10-year-old, although they don't always have to be 10 years old, is usually a young girl, anywhere from 8 to 13 years old, who goes almost exclusively to the store Sephora to buy expensive beauty products, or as I like to call them, overpriced. Last Christmas, skincare products took top priority on many of the wish lists of young tweens and kids, as reported by NPR. It's no surprise then that they're flooding Sephora stores. Clearly, Generation Alpha has a little bit of an obsession with skincare. We'll get into the why in a bit. A Sephora kid, however, is not as simple as a kid who likes skincare and makeup. No, it's much worse than that. If you're not well versed, see what I did there, huh? The skincare brand Versed? You'd only get it if you know what? Never mind! Drunk Elephant products, for your information, also known as FYI, can cost up to $134 for certain serums and such. And why is an elephant drunk? I still don't know to this day. These products they're buying contain active ingredients such as retinol, glycolic acid, or vitamin D, which can be harmful for someone's skin that is that young. You know, I sound like Hannibal Lecter when I just said that. Young, fresh skin. So supple. Children tend to have thinner, more sensitive skin. Dr. Ashley Villay, a general practitioner in Cole Harbour, BC, who specializes in dermatology, recently told CBC Vancouver this leaves them more prone to irritation and dryness. I would tell kids to stick to products that are specifically marketed for sensitive skin or hypoallergenic skin. Things like retinols, ... Those are all very hush.
There are so many tweens that want skincare right now, so let's walk around Sephora and I'll show you some of the things that are yeses and nos for young skin. If you have beautiful, youthful, young skin with no issues, there are only 3 things you need: cleanser, moisturizer, SPF. No. PHA, AHA, BHAs, those are active exfoliating acids. Too harsh for young skin. 1,000 times no. Do you want to know how many times I've heard kids using this and it burns their skin? They do not need retinol.
Doctors can totally prescribe some of these products and ingredients to young children, but the difference is that's a legal drug dealer that you're getting your supply from, not a random employee at a store who does this on the side. Listen, there's nothing wrong with a child wanting a skincare routine or wanting to wear makeup or having that be a hobby of theirs. The problem is that this isn't play makeup or skincare meant for someone that young. It's shit for adults. A child does not need a 10-step skincare routine. Hell, I'd say some adults don't either. I was using Clean and Clear for 5 years when I was a kid until I figured out what a skincare routine actually was. I used drugstore makeup until until I stopped wearing makeup, right? But the natural progression would have been me to more high-end makeup as I got older and started making my own money. I also didn't have TikTok at that age, but we'll get into that later. The other characteristic that a child needs in order to be considered a Sephora kid is a stick right up their ass. Oh, that was strange phrasing I decided to use. They need to be viciously rude and entitled. I mean, you have to have some sort of entitlement at that age if your parents can afford to blow $300 for you at Sephora every other week. I would have been entitled too if that was the case, but you see, I could barely afford the Clean and Clear. Employees and other customers have shared horror stories of these children.
These 10-year-old girls at Sephora are crazy.
Okay, so I was just on the floor helping people out, and this little girl came up to me, obviously asking if we had the Drunk Elephant bronzy drops.
So I finished scanning all her products, and her total came out to almost $900.
So I told her that no, we didn't have them, but I have some really good dupes or alternatives that I could show her if she'd like. The second I had said that, this girl had this just look of like pure disgust on her face. This girl looks me dead in the eyes and goes, "Are you effing kidding me?"
The mom literally freaked out, furious, and the little girl is just looking at her like, what? Like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna spend $900. Like, I don't know what you're looking at.
You really probably don't need it for your young skin. She looks at me and she goes, "Yeah, I really don't care what you think or what you say. I want it, so I'm gonna buy it."
They ruin the tester products, are rude to the people around them, and basically act like the store is a place for playtime. One commonality is the skincare smoothie that the kids have been making in the stores, which Drunk Elephant describes on their website as, "We think of our skincare routines as smoothies, much like you choose ingredients for your daily smoothie based on your body's cravings. Pick products for AM and PM, smoothies based on how your skin feels. Listen to your skin. It doesn't always need the same thing." Unfortunately, the kids have taken this a bit too seriously and have started mixing all the tester products together in the stores, even going so far as to mix products that are not testers in the stores. I always say drinking from a hose as a child probably helped me survive COVID, but this, one touch of this shit, and you're getting illnesses that we thought were wiped out. Light a match near this and it'll blow up faster than the US's decision to decide to drop a second bomb on Japan. Some people have even joked about making a 21-year-old age limit on the store, which is obviously an extreme joke, but still.
I'm gonna need to see ID, please, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Here.
Okay, you can go in.
Thanks.
She's trying to get the Drunk Elephant. Get her!
Hey, you look new around here. Wanna have some fun?
Oh, finally. Hi, just this.
You really passed the ID check?
I've been told I look young, I guess.
Listen, kid, I'm gonna give you some friendly advice. Cut the shit. Go to a CVS, get yourself some CeraVe or something, because you don't need this shit, okay?
Well, I'm old enough to, you know...
I don't care, but they do. They'll jump on you quicker than you can say Arnold Schwarzenegger. Good luck.
A lot of these kids are acting entitled and bratty to not only the employees, but their parents. Listen, if I dared to grab something that we couldn't afford, I would fucking get it, right? And I'm not talking about the product. So what's with the obsession, and why is Gen Alpha seemingly have no bounds? Is it the parents' fault, or influencers, or maybe even capitalism? All right, guys, you turn the lights back on. Hello? Guys, First, let's start with the obvious answer. It's the parents' fault. Now, if you're one of those parents who gets mad when someone who doesn't have kids tries to give you parenting advice, I'd leave now. Go on, scurry along! Just because I didn't choose to have a kid at the ripe age of 20 doesn't mean that I don't have working brain cells, cognitive functions, okay? It seems to me like the parents who are raising this generation of kids are not doing a good job. Of course, there are great parents that exist for this current generation of kids. People really only like to focus on the negatives, right? But for some reason, those millennial pauses are getting to the kids. Alright, hey guys, what's up? Generation Alpha, those born between 2010 and 2023, is considered to be the first generation brought up in a fully digital world. Often given unbridled access to TikTok and Instagram, they're exposed to a whole slew of influencer marketing, which we can guess is where they learned about Drunk Elephant.
Sorry, just got up to make sure the thing was still recording.
Back in my day, I didn't get a phone till I was 14. I didn't go on social media really at all, except for YouTube and Pinterest. I was 4, count it 4, when the first iPhone came out. I used a lot of VHS tapes, DVDs, and grew up with the GameCube and the Wii. Not the Wii U, the Wii. Millennials like to act as if I only know modern day technology. Cell phones and fax machines, that's not modern. I don't know. But that's simply not true. Guys, I'm almost 21. Like, I've been around the block, albeit a small one. These kids are literally what we consider iPad kids, and for good reason. All they know is technology. A whole separate video could be made about how this new generation of kids is doomed. Kind of a harsh word. I mean, imagine being 13 years old, you go online and someone makes a video, they're like, Generation Alpha is doomed! They're dumber than dumb! You're just sitting there like, what? Jesus! It's harsh, but it's not entirely untrue. Their intelligence is extremely low. Some of them literally cannot read. They act like savage, entitled monsters, and at the center of it all are their parents. If a device is put in front of a child the minute they start to fret or find things difficult, then that's the only way they learn to cope with difficult feelings. Many of these kids are getting raised with gentle parenting, which in a whole is not a bad thing, but it seems like gentle to some of these parents means letting their kids do whatever they want without any repercussions. Obviously, there is a difference between hitting your child with a belt and teaching their child basic respect for others, and it doesn't seem like a lot of these kids have been taught that.
I don't know, Jerry. I'm not sure if he needs another pair of Jordans.
Mommy, can I get the new Glow Recipe retinol cream?
Yeah, sure, Johnny. Just leave Mommy to talk on the phone, okay? Yeah, yesterday he literally just broke another iPad, so...
My name is Jacob.
Well, he wanted to go to Cabo. What was I supposed to say, no?
What's he going to do if you say no, Laura? Kill you?
You don't know the things he's capable of.
All I said was he should try a different product.
Listen, Consuela, I'm busy. Please, leave me alone. These employees are so rude at this store. What have you gotten yourself into now, Jared?
I want this.
Okay, well, let's get it and we'll go home, okay? I can't stand him.
We can blame social media and influencers all we want, but why aren't these children's behaviors being monitored? Why do a lot of them have unfettered access to the internet? I will never understand how hard it is to be a parent Not until I have children, which I'm not going to. But I think parents need to do better than this. At the crux of all the horror stories workers and customers alike have shared are negligent parents. Your child is a child. Pretty much you alone can control how they grow up, how they learn to act, how they see the world, how they treat people. If people online are causing a ruckus in your kid's life, limit their exposure to these people, because your 11-year-old daughter doesn't need Drunk Elephant because Michaela Neguero said so in a TikTok. One Reddit comment reads as this: I'm a millennial single mom to one Gen Alpha child. I think parenting is going to depend a lot on a lot of factors, but this is what I'm seeing. There is no village. Often both parents work outside the home and parents are exhausted. This leads to kids getting more screen time, inconsistent rules between children, school, and home, less follow through on discipline/boundaries, less communication between parent and child. The last one is big. I think parents are forgetting to talk to their kids. Explaining rules and reasoning, what to expect, and why the world works the way it does helps kids be prepared and succeed in their experiences. Talking about their experiences helps them process and learn from them. Kids absorb a lot, but it's not enough without guidance and helping them gain a deeper understanding. Another big factor is being behind their grade level in school. For various reasons, the pandemic, some schools stopped teaching phonics for a period of time, low parent involvement, a lot of kids are behind on their grade level, especially in reading. If they can't read, they can't succeed. I imagine this affects their confidence and in turn their behavior. So these kids are getting too much screen time because of poor parenting or lack of parenting. Then what are they seeing? For starters, kids love to copy the adults around them, using their mom's makeup, playing dress up. For years, kids have loved to act like they're grown. The difference between kids now and kids then is that kids now aren't just copying their parents or family or friends, they're copying everything they see online. They're mimicking role models online, aka the dreaded word, influencers, who often don't influence very well. With a combination of full access to the internet and their need to act like adults, kids nowadays are seemingly growing up too quickly. I mean, how many times have you seen a kid online and thought, oh, they look, 20? And you click on their bio and it says 14? What? No. I just glanced at them. I was just... Obviously, guys, I'm not a weirdo. That was a joke. But seriously, it seems like young girls, young kids in general, don't act like kids anymore. I mean, when I was 14, we're not even gonna go there. But let me tell you, I did not look like I was 21 when I was 14. The average parent allows their child a smartphone at age 10, opening up a world inaccessible to previous generations with unlimited access to news, social media, and other privileges previously reserved for adults, forcing them into emotional maturity before they reach adulthood. What has changed is kids' exposure to information. Through video platforms to caregiver phones, social media platforms, and interactive speakers with unlimited capacity to push content, children are now constantly getting what Pasnick calls media-delivered ideas, content aimed at adults and viewed mostly over the internet much sooner than previous generations. Much sooner. Young girls are exposed to beauty standards sooner and quicker. No, it's not just mommy making you feel bad now. No. It's the larger culture online making you think that you need to start anti-aging at the age of 10. Aging is, of course, the devil when you're a young girl or woman. You wouldn't want to look like an old hag by the time you were 20, would you? I've even seen kids as young as 8 or 9 attempt to be influencers online, sharing their skincare routines and hauls. It's concerning, to say the least. I hope I've made it clear throughout this video that I'm not blaming the kids. Although they are thoroughly annoying, it's not their fault. I know I've criticized the parents a lot, but these parents are dealing with a whole new generation of kids who face challenges that none of us ever had to experience as children. The people recording these literal children in Sephora stores and uploading it just to say, look, kids bad, children so scared, are fucking weird.
But why the fuck are you filming random kids and posting them on the internet? Those kids in that video were not doing anything wrong, and you are filming them with their faces in the video and then posting it, and it has almost 7 million views. But it is not okay for grown adults to be bullying children.
Influencers and culture online can definitely be to blame. With plastic surgery marketing through the roof online, I'm surprised we haven't seen a 13-year-old get an underground BBL from Mexico yet. Still, the case stands that we can only blame these people so much. Let's talk about dirty music. You know, WAP. Wet ass P-word. Recently, there was a video of extremely young girls rapping to Sexy Red, who makes very lewd music, to put it lightly. More power to you, girl. I don't care what kind of music you make, but do toddlers need to sing about getting their coochie eaten? I hope I don't have to elaborate on that. Oh my frick! Is it really Sexy Red's fault for making music that adults can get turned up to? Well, Ben Shapiro might argue that, but Ben Shapiro is fucking lame.
Wet ass P-word.
Who's recording these kids? Adults. It all comes down to the parenting and what their parents are allowing these kids to be exposed to online. Now I do realize that it has become increasingly harder to monitor your child's online activity, especially if you've made a habit of giving them an iPad all the time. To add on to that, the more underprivileged you are makes parenting even harder. I am not denying all of that. I'm just pointing out the obvious, that whatever parents of Gen Alpha are doing isn't working. Another obvious point of contention is consumerism. Capitalism! I just made a video about consumerism being rampant on TikTok. As I've stated multiple times throughout this video, double now because this is the second time I'm recording it, these kids are online like crazy. When Northwest comes on TikTok and says, "Look what my millionaire mommy bought for me," and these kids who are so easily influenced because they're kids see this and think, I need this too, they're gonna try to force and coerce their parents into buying them, I don't fucking know, mini Air Jordans that they're gonna grow out of in 2 months. With the amount that these kids are online, they probably see hundreds or even thousands of ads a day. Of course, they're going to want to spend their parents' money. We're told that buying the new hot thing is what'll make us happy, and companies love it. Take your kids to Sephora. Camp outside Target for the new Stanley Cup because you are your child's bitch. Not only that, but these kids are afraid to not be on top of the new hot trends since they're influenced to believe that the only thing that matters is buying something new. See the example of a child being bullied for not having his Stanley Cup to prove my point. I mean, when we were kids, we also got bullied for stupid shit like the clothes we were wearing, whatever. But social media was not a big thing when I was in 4th grade. No, I just got bullied for being fat, not uncool. The final reason, albeit I find it to be less of a big reason for this uptick in Sephora kids, is the lack of third places, or even the lack of places for kids to shop at, such as Claire's or Justice, which I also couldn't shop at because I was too fat for the clothes. In sociology, the third place refers to the social surroundings that are separate from the two usual social environments of home and the workplace. Third spaces, which include bars, parks, coffee shops, libraries, and even sidewalks, have been in decline for decades. Racism and classism, the climate crisis, over-policing, a car-based economy, and the privatization and rising costs of amenities have all narrowed access to them. I'll link some videos that go more in depth with that topic since it's totally separate from this video, but I think it is still relevant to this conversation of Sephora kids. A lot of kids don't have parks or other places to just have fun and be kids at, so they let loose at Sephora, of all places, instead of a Justice or Claire's where they could be buying things that are actually meant for children. Society is becoming increasingly more depressed and isolated with the rise of social media and consumerism and every other shitty thing you can think of. Everyone is experiencing a lot of hardships right now, and these kids are at the top of those affected by everything since they don't even know anything except iPad and TikTok. I mean, a baby's first words nowadays is probably TikTok. TikTok. What's that, honey? TikTok on the clock? DJ, turn the speakers up? No, TikTok. I want to scroll TikTok. Right, you're a bit too young for Kesha. How about we stop making fun of these kids and start putting the blame where it really belongs? Alright, that's it for me and that's it for this video. Let me know what you all think about the Sephora kids epidemic. What do you think is the cause for these kids rampaging the stores, being entitled? Do you think Generation Alpha is doomed? Let me know what you think about this video. Comment down below. Anything you want to comment down below. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. I post comedy and commentary videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe and turn notification bells so you know when I post a video. I'm so sorry if this video seemed rushed. I really hope you did all enjoy this video, and I hope I see you in the next one. I better see you in the next video. Bye.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.